Okay, there we go. So we're going to start standing up. So, well, welcome to Gentle Yoga. I'm John Cochran, and we're starting standing today. We're just going to start in the mountain posture. So we're going to find the position where the outsides of the feet are hip width apart, insides of the feet are parallel. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see this next part. We're going to press the thigh bones back, and that presses the knees back, but we're not trying to force those knees back is really strongly, pressing those thigh bones back. That causes the pelvis to roll forward slightly. So we're going to lengthen the tailbone down to level the pelvis. Leveling the pelvis, pulling that pulls the lower belly in. We're going to firm the upper part of the belly. We're going to lift the chest up, take the shoulders up, back and down, let the hands hang beside the thighs. Lift the crown of the head up toward the ceiling, pull the face back slightly. We're ending up with the ears over the shoulders, shoulders over the hips, and hips over the ankles. We're closing the eyes, and we're focused on the breath for the next 30 seconds. So take a deeper breath in. As you exhale, we'll relax a little bit, move around and open the eyes. We're going to step forward. I'm going to step forward onto a hard surface here. You can stay on your mat or come off onto a hard surface if you'd like. And we're going to do the tree posture. So we're going to practice our balance. Now, I teach balance a little bit different from most yoga teachers. If we're dealing with seniors, they're going to have you find a chair or put your hand up against the wall or something like that. But I want you to stay on your standing foot and just let the toes that you're not standing on just tap up and down. So let's move over to the left side, pick that right heel up, and start by just letting the toes tap up and down. And then if you can, you bring that foot up to the inside of the left leg someplace, but just stay here, tapping up and down is okay. Bring the hands in front of the heart, and with an inhalation, the hands go up over the head. So you can stay here with the toes tapping up and down, or you can bring that foot up to the inside of the left leg, wherever you happen to be. So I need to ask somebody to check your mute. Whoever came in recently needs to check muting. So if you're up here and you feel like you're going to fall over, it's okay to come down and catch yourself, of course, and then come back to tapping and pick that foot up again if you can. Deep breath in, and as you exhale, the hands come in front of the heart. Another breath in, and as you exhale, the hands come down and that right comes down. Moving around a little bit. So when we're standing, we're going to move over to the right side now and pick that left heel up and let the toes tap up and down. So one of the things we do when we practice balance is the standing leg. We're working on this standing leg and trying to get it stronger and have better control. So we've got those toes tapping. If you can, you pick the foot up and bring it to the inside of the right leg. Hands come in front of the heart, and with an inhalation, hands go up over the head. Breath in now, and as you exhale, the hands come back down in front of the heart. Take another breath in, and as you exhale, the hands come down, and that left foot comes down, and we're just moving around. I'm going to take the hips around in big circles. Going forward and back, and then we'll circle the other direction. More or less keeping the head in its and shoulders still as we do this. We're getting some arching in the spine as we do this. We'll come back to the front. I'm going to pick the right hip up and press the left hip down. So we're going to throw that hip out to the right side, and then we'll come back and we'll throw the left hip out. So the hips are going to move from side to side a little bit as we do this. And Main thing you want to concentrate is on lifting the hip over here. We're working the waist muscles here by lifting that hip up as high as you can, pull that hip up as high as you can, and then the same thing over here. Lift that hip up as high as you can. So next time you finish a cycle, come back to the center. We're going to take the lower ribs around in circles now. So we're keeping the hips more or less still as we take the ribs around in a circle. Usually we do this sitting down, and so it's easier to keep the hips still. But today we're doing it standing up. This is working the lower part of the spine. Come back to the front here, and then we'll reverse and go the other direction. I like to do this about 5 times. In my normal practice is 5 times. Of course, now I'm talking and I'm not counting very well. We'll come back to the front, and now we're going to keep the hips and the lower ribs. The lower ribs are not going to stay still, but we're going to arch forward. And then we'll take the head and shoulders around in circles. And we're going to keep the hips more or less still again as we do this. Going around, making sure you're arching the spine in every direction possible. So forward and off to the left and around back to the right and forward again, and each of the corners in between. Come back to the front, pause for a moment. Just stretch the nose down toward the belly button for a little bit. I'm going to press the hips forward, press the pubis forward. And then we'll start to rotate in the other direction. So taking the head and shoulders around in a circle. We want to make sure we get lots of curvature in this spine. Come back to the front now. I'm going to hang forward. I'm going to round the spine. Try to round from the tailbone all the way up to the neck. But we're not moving forward at the hips, not rolling forward at the hips. We're just hanging here. Bring the palms together, interlace the fingers, turn the palms outward, press them down toward the floor. And then with your next inhalation, we're sweeping upward, bring the arms so they're horizontal. We're pressing the palms forward. And then inhaling, we take the hands up over the head. We're going to turn and look up toward the back of the hands. So try and pull those elbows in a little bit closer. We want to get the upper arms to come in and actually touch the ears. And then we'd really like to take the shoulders back far enough so that the arms are behind the ears. So breath in now, and as you exhale, release the fingers, sweep the hands down beside the hips. I'm going to bring the hands around behind the buttocks, interlacing the fingers again. I'm going to bend forward at the hips. So I've got my feet about hip width apart, bending forward. I'm keeping the back flat to the extent that I can. Lifting the sit bones up, lifting these sit bones up, stretching the collarbones forward. And take the shoulders up, back, and down, press them down, press the shoulders down toward the buttocks and reach the fingers toward the wall back there behind you. And then we're lifting the hands up toward the ceiling. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, we're releasing the hands, we're bending the knees, we're sweeping the arms forward, we're coming into the basic chair posture. So we're going to look down, make sure the knees are directly over the toes, arms are horizontal. We're going to lift the sit bones a little bit and lift the chest. So take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, we're straightening out the legs as we roll forward. We're going to round the spine this time. We're taking those hands around back again, interlacing the fingers, and then taking the shoulders up, back, and, well, taking them down,
back and up now. And we're lifting the hands away from the buttocks up toward the ceilings, toward the ceiling. So breath in now, and as you exhale, we're bending those knees again. We're sweeping the arms forward. We're coming back into that basic chair posture. Checking to make sure the knees are not beyond the toes. Lifting the sit bones a little bit, lifting the chest. So take a breath in now, and as you exhale, the hands come down. We're pressing into those feet. We're moving around. And if you haven't already, just come back to the mat. Come back to your mat. So be in the middle of the mat, facing off to the side. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, we'll separate those feet wide apart, and then we'll walk the heels another few inches apart, 2 or 3, 4 inches. And we're going to keep the insides of the feet parallel, so toes are not turned out, they're not turned in, but the insides of the feet are parallel. And once again, we're bending forward at the hips. We're lifting the chest, keeping the back nice and flat. We'll bring the hands to the thighs to support your back if you need to. And we are looking ahead toward the iPad or the computer, not down between our feet. So as we get used to being here, we can lift the sit bones a little bit higher, stretch the chest a little bit further. The back comes down a little bit lower. Going to feel this back in the back of the thighs, maybe in the insides of the thighs. Take a breath in as you exhale. Now we round the spine, let the head and shoulders come down. Take the hands down toward the mat. And then we're bending the knees. We're going to lift the sit bones and stretch the chest forward, so we'll flatten that back again. We're going to move the hips from side to side, bending one knee and straightening out the other, and then going to the other side. So you'll feel this on the insides of the thighs, I believe. Just going back and forth a few times. And then we'll come back to the center. We'll lift the sit bones, round the back, let the top of the head come down toward the mat. And then inhaling, we're flattening the back again, lifting the head and looking ahead toward the, toward the wall that's up there above us. We'll bring the hands up to the thighs, press gently into the thighs, inhale, come all the way back up. So somebody needs to mute, check your muting, and then we'll turn the left foot out 90 degrees so that the toes are pointing toward the short edge of the mat, and we're going to turn the right foot in a whole bunch. See how I turn that in? Then we're bending the left knee. We're going to bring the knee directly over the ankle. Arms go out, so we're keeping the hips and the shoulders parallel to the long edge of the mat here, and then we'll take the arms out to the side. Now pull back on that right arm to bring the torso more or less upright. And we're turning and looking over the fingers of the left hand. Warrior two. Breath in now, and as you exhale, the hands come down. We press down into that left foot. Turn the feet back to the front. Bend the knees, move the hips around a little bit. Whatever feels good to relax those hips. And then we'll turn the right foot out. Do warrior two on the other side. Right foot turns out. We turn the left foot in a whole bunch. We're bending the right knee, bring the knee directly over the ankle. Hips and shoulders parallel to the long edge of the mat. And the arms go out to the side, and we turn and look over the fingers of the right hand. And a breath in, and as you exhale, the hands come down. We press into that right foot, turn the feet back to the front. We're walking the feet back in and just moving around. A little bit of Elvis asana, shaking everything out. So let's come down to a seated position. And just finding a comfortable position here. So our first task is just make sure we're moving around a little bit and just staying comfortable. Let's inhale and take the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, press the shoulders down toward the hips. Inhale, lift the shoulders high as you can, really reaching. Exhaling, pressing down. Inhaling up and exhaling down. We'll come back to the neutral position and we'll inhale and take the shoulders back. Exhale and press them forward. Inhale back and exhale forward. Inhale back, exhale forward. And we'll come back to that neutral position for a moment and we'll circle the shoulders. So inhale, we'll take the shoulders back as far as we can and lift them up as high as possible. Exhaling, we press them forward, trying to bring them together right in front and then press down toward the hips. Inhaling, back and lifting. Exhaling, forward and down. Reaching for the maximum. Maximum back, maximum up. Maximum in the corner and maximum forward, maximum down. We'll pause here for a moment, just relax those shoulders, and then we'll go the other direction. So inhaling, we take the shoulders forward and lift them up toward the ears. Exhaling, we press them back and then down toward the hips. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. I'm going to scoot forward and mute everybody again because somebody is unmuted. And of course, I forgot to, okay, here we go. I'm not real facile with this yet. Okay, so let's lean back, lift the feet up, change the cross of the feet. And again, find a comfortable position. So shoulders. Let's take the right arm forward. Reach that right arm forward, sweep it across to the left side. The left hand comes up behind the upper arm of the upper right arm. We'll pull that elbow in toward the shoulder. You can wrap it around the neck if you'd like and reach down the spine or just keep it out. Let me see. I like the hand wrapped around the neck because it gives a little bit more stretch up here in the upper arm. Now we'll straighten this arm out and turn the palm upward as far as you can get it to turn and pay attention to how it feels out here in this right shoulder. Then we'll turn the palm down toward the floor and around toward the front as much as you can. You'll feel the change here in the upper arm and the shoulder. And if you pay attention, you'll feel the change in the hand and the forearm as well. Who's counting? Deep breath in now, and as you exhale, we just relax and let those arms come down and move things around to relax. Then the left arm goes forward. Sweep it across to the right hand comes up underneath the left upper arm. We're pulling the elbow in toward the shoulder, taking the arm around, wrapping it around the neck, reaching the fingers down the spine. And then we'll straighten this arm out. We're going to turn the palm up toward the ceiling. Again, paying attention out here in the shoulder. And we'll turn the palm down all the way around to the front. And then a breath in as you exhale. We're just relaxing, letting those arms rest on the knees or in the lap, whatever's most comfortable for you. And then we'll bring the palms together and interlace the fingers. So we're going to look down at those hands, and we always interlace the fingers exactly the same way. So we're going to change that and see which finger is on top here, and then change so the other hand's finger is on top. And it feels really weird, but I think it's probably good for our brains to do that. We're going to turn the palms outward and press the hands forward again. Bring those elbows in, pressing the shoulders forward as far as possible, and then pull the shoulders back as far as possible. And we'll press forward, and then inhaling, pulling back. Lifting the chest, and then pressing forward again. With an inhalation, we sweep the arms up over the head. Again, we're pulling those elbows in, trying to get the upper arms to come in and touch the ears. We're trying to roll the shoulders back so that the arms are behind the ears, but we're not reaching the face forward. We're keeping the head upright to do that. And a breath in, and as you exhale, we're relaxing, coming all the way back down and letting those shoulders relax. So yoga is a progressive way of life, really. It's not just an exercise program. And classically, there are 8 steps in the program, kind of like a 12-step program if you have ever been exposed to any of those, but it's an 8-step program. The next one up is breathing, focusing on the breath. And there are a number of breathing exercises that are done in yoga. So we're going to do a couple of those. The first one is called alternate nostril breathing. So we're going to bring the the right hand up and just use the index and the middle finger. We're going to put those right alongside. We're going to find that bony process up here at the front of the skull, just above where the cartilage part of the nose is. And then we're going to slide down and close off the nostrils so that we sound like Donald Duck or something like that. And then, so we're just breathing through the mouth to begin with. But we're going to open the left nostril and inhale through the left nostril. And then we'll exhale through that left nostril. And then we're going to switch. We're pitching the pinky in, we're opening up the right side, inhaling, and exhaling again through the right. So we're going to close off the right, open the left, and inhale. Then we're switching and exhaling through the right nostril. And inhale through the right, and then exhale through the left. Inhale through the left, exhale through the left, switch to the right, and inhale, and then exhale. And we'll let the hand come back down to the lap. So if nothing else, that told us something about how the left side and the right side of the nasal passages are doing with respect to, allergies or cold or whatever it is we happen to have, sinus infection maybe. And then we're going to just remember that and maybe practice it from time to time. It's calming. It helps us concentrate on the breath. And, concentration is the step that comes after breathing in this process of yoga. So we've got the practice of the asanas, breathing, and then concentration, then move on to other things from there. So we've got a bunch of folks who have not been in my classes before, so I want to say just a little bit about the type of yoga that we are practicing. I have read that there are 30 types of yoga, and what we practice is called Hatha yoga. It is that begins by practicing the various postures, the yoga postures, the asanas. Let's roll back and lift the feet up and change the cross of the feet, because I'm going to keep you there too long otherwise. And so virtually all kinds of yoga that you run into in the United States will be a form of Hatha yoga, whether it's hot yoga or laughing yoga or vinyasa yoga, flow yoga, whatever it is, Bikram yoga and Iyengar yoga and Anusara, Shivananda, they're all forms of Hatha yoga, meaning we start with the postures. And the other thing I would like for you to know about practicing the postures is this is not an end in itself. This is not why we practice yoga. It's not so we can do funny things like putting our foot behind our head or anything like that, standing, doing headstands or handstands, nothing like that. The reason we practice yoga is so that we can accomplish other things that are important in our lives, whether it's breathing or concentration and the things on beyond. In classical yoga, that goes up to something called bliss, which is oneness with the universal, or some interpretation like that. But whatever it is that's important to us, whether it's playing with our grandkids and making sure that they get all the attention that's necessary for a healthy childhood, or whatever it happens to be, we practice yoga so that the body is not an impediment for accomplishing that. I'm going to straighten out the left leg and bring the right foot to the inside of the right thigh. And we're going to take the right hand and reach out toward those toes. So maybe waving at the toes instead of touching them. If you are, just bring your hand down to your shin and walk the fingers out as close toward the ankle as you can. If you can, you're touching the toes. And then we're going to take the left hand out to the same place where the right hand is, either the toes or the shin. And we're going to focus on the shoulders for a bit, level the shoulders. So, when the shoulders are arched over to one side, I'm exaggerating quite a bit now, then we have some arch in the spine, sideways arch in the spine. By leveling, we bring some of that, or most of that sideways curvature outward, so we're just leaning forward. And that also helps bring tension into the back of the leg. So this is basically a stretch for the back of the legs. We're going to round the spine, let the nose come down toward the knee. We're going to start to think about pressing the belly in toward the thighs, and we're lifting the chest at the same time, so we're trying to straighten out the spine. We're going to look up here above the toes, looking straight ahead, trying to get that back nice and straight, pressing the belly down toward the thighs, pressing the knee downward as well, by the way. So we're not letting the knee bend. Then we'll release. We'll let those hands slide up along the leg as we round the spine and then roll up. And we're going to twist to the right. So let's take that left hand to the inside of the left thigh and the right hand around back and just twist gently around. Nothing particular. We're just relaxing these back muscles a little bit. And then we'll come back to the front and we'll change legs. So the right foot goes out and the left foot comes in. Bring that foot to the inside of the thigh. Forgot to mention that we have that foot flexed. We're taking the left hand out toward the toes, and again, waving at the toes. If that's where you are, then you bring the hand down to the shin. If you can, you reach out and touch the toes. And then the right hand goes out wherever the left hand is. And we're leveling the shoulders. Leaning forward over this leg, we're pressing the knee downward, taking the nose down toward the knee. So we're starting to think about pressing the belly down into the thigh. So we're pressing that belly downward, and then we're lifting the breastbone, the collarbone. So we're looking up here above the toes, looking toward the wall that's up there ahead of us. So a breath in now, and as you exhale, we're slowly rounding the spine again, slowly rolling up, sliding the hands up along the leg. We're sitting up really tall, and then we're taking the right hand down to the inside of this right leg. And we're twisting around to the left, taking that left hand around back, and just gently twisting. We'll do a little bit more twisting here in a little bit. And then a breath in, and as you exhale, we're coming back and bringing that right foot in, finding the comfortable seated position again, and just sitting here quietly. So one of the aspects about yoga that is unique to it compared to other, Pilates or anything else, aerobics, is that we really focus, we don't focus on any one part of the body or one group of muscles. We're trying to cover the whole part of every part of the body, everything from the toes to the skin on the top of your head, maybe even the hair follicles up there from time to time. And we do, from time to time, we'll do things that exercise every part of the body. So let's sit up really tall here, and let's turn the face to the right. So we're just turning the face over there as far as it will go. We're going to work a little bit on the neck and the upper part of the shoulders, continuing the shoulder work that we did earlier. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, turn a little bit further to the right, but now we're keeping the shoulders right where they were. We didn't turn the shoulders to make this happen. We're going to take the left hand up to the back of the head and the right hand up to the left cheek, and very gently turn the face a little bit further. We are sitting up tall. We're lifting the chest and just being very gentle here. Breath in now, and as you exhale, we're releasing, coming back to the front, moving around a little bit if you need to or want to, and then we'll turn the face to the left, just as far as is comfortable. We'll take a breath in, as you exhale, turn just a little bit further. We'll take the right hand up to the back of the skull and the left hand up to the right cheek, and we're pressing the head around just a little bit further. And a breath in, as you exhale, we're releasing, coming back to the front. Again, just moving around a little bit. We're going to inhale and bring the chin down to the collarbones. And as you exhale, we're going to roll the head. We're going to turn the head over toward the right, keeping the chin down. And then we're going to turn the face back to the front, bringing the ear over the shoulder. So if you open your eyes, if you have your eyes closed, open them for a moment and see if you're looking straight ahead. You should be looking straight ahead. Got this nice stretch in the left side of the shoulder and up into the the left side of the neck and the upper part of the shoulder. Inhaling, we'll bring the chin back down. And exhaling, we're going to turn the chin over to the left, and then we'll rotate so the face comes forward again. And we'll press the right shoulder down, trying to keep the torso nice and straight. And again, if you open the eyes, you're looking straight ahead. Inhaling, we're coming back down. And as exhaling, we're lifting the face and just moving around. The shoulders and head and neck moving around a little bit. Inhaling, we're bringing the chin back down to the collarbones. And then exhaling, we're going to turn the chin over to the right side, keeping the face turned down toward the floor. And then we'll turn it over to the left side. So it's kind of like you're saying no to your belly button. We're going back and forth, back to the right and then the left at your own speed. When we get the face turned over here, we're going to think about lifting the cheek up toward the ceiling. Do this a couple of times more. Then we'll come back down. Exhaling, we'll lift the face up. And just moving around, just reach up and massage around the neck and the upper part of the shoulders. Help those muscles relax. And then we'll do a real twist. So we're going to take the left hand to the right knee. We're And take the right hand, make a teepee with it. Got the fingers cupped here, and then we'll take those fingers around back and put the fingertips down. Take the right shoulder up, back, and down. Press down to lift the breastbone, really straightening the spine out. Exhaling, pulling the belly and twisting around now, and looking over the right shoulder. Spine is nice and straight up. So take a breath in, and as you exhale, we're slowly coming back to the front. We're going to roll back and change the cross of the feet again. Lift those feet up, change the cross, adjust as necessary. And then we're twisting to the left side. So the right hand comes to the left knee, the left fingers are cupped. We take them around back, making that little teepee. Left shoulder up, back, and down, pressing down to lift the chest, and then exhaling, pulling the belly in, and twisting, turning and looking over the left shoulder. And another breath in, and as you exhale, we're turning back to the front. We're going to straighten out the legs and just let those legs relax a little bit. Rolling the toes from side to side, that helps us relieve any tension in the hips over here. We're going to take those feet as wide apart as you possibly can. Bring the hands to the inside of the thighs. We're going to lift the knees a little bit, stick the hands underneath the thighs, press the knees down. Press the knees down, press the thighs into the hands. Then we're rotating the hands. We're pulling upward and rotating these legs further out. We're rolling the toes out, pressing the knees down, maybe lifting the heels slightly up off the floor, off the mat. And a breath in as you exhale, we're relaxing. We're going to lie down on our backs. So lie down, and first of all, let's just find a comfortable position and relax. I'm doing it with my feet on the mat and the knees bent, knees up toward the ceiling, and just moving around a little bit to make adjustments so that the body is comfortable. I want it to be comfortable as we lie here. I'm going to concentrate on the breath for the next few breaths. So we're going to bring the feet back in so they're about hip width apart if they were further out. We're going to lift the right foot up and bring it to the front of the left thigh. And we're going to let the knee fall away from the torso as far as it will naturally. We're not trying to force it out there. We're going to reach up with the hands and grab hold of the ankle and the toes and ease that heel down toward the front of the hip. And maybe it comes all the way down, maybe it doesn't. Doesn't really matter. We're stretching out the knee. We're going to reach up here and massage around the knee, finding any places that are sending you little signals that say, pay attention to me, pay attention. And just finding those places. They may be places where muscles are stretched, or maybe it's tendons, where the tendons attached to the bones is a favorite place for my body to ask for attention. And then I'm going to use the leg muscles to press this knee a little further away, just using leg muscles. And then we'll take the right hand up to the inside of the thigh. We'll press that knee another half an inch or an inch further away. And then we're relaxing. So we'll release the pressure on the knee, and knee comes in a little bit. We're going to lift this left foot up and I'm going to take the right hand down either between the thighs, coming around to the back of the thigh, or across the front of the shin if your foot is low enough. Bring the hand around to the back of the thigh and bring the hands there, or taking your hands to the top of the shin if your flexibility allows. But behind the thigh is good. So breath in now, and as you exhale, we're releasing, putting the left foot down. We take the right foot back down as well, and just roll the hips from side to side. Move those knees off to the left and the right. And then we'll come back up and bring the left foot up. It's coming to the front of the right thigh, and we're going to reach up with hands in. So I'm going to point the toes. I don't think I mentioned that on the other side, but we're pointing the toes. The right hand's coming out to the top of the toes, and we're bringing that heel as far down the front of the thigh as possible, even all the way to the front of the hip joint. And then we'll just let that leg relax there for a little bit. We're reaching up and massaging the knee, or into the shin or the calf, or into the thigh, down to the hip, wherever it feels good, wherever it feels beneficial to do that little massage. Find the places that are demanding attention and give them that attention. And then we'll really just use leg muscles. We're pressing the knee further away. And then we'll take the left hand up to the inside of the thigh and press that knee a little bit further out. And we're releasing. We're going to take a breath in, lift the right foot up off the mat. The left hand now either comes down between the thighs, coming around to the, bring both hands around to the back of the thigh, or to the top of the shin, depending upon what your flexibility allows. Back of the thigh is pretty good stretch for most of us. So take a breath in, and with the exhalation, we'll put that right foot down, and we'll put the left foot down as well. And again, we're rolling the hips from side to side a little bit, just relaxing everything around the hips a little bit. Maybe wagging the tail a little bit, moving the tailbone from side to side, alternately lifting the hips toward the ribs. And then we're going to straighten out the right leg. And we're going to bring that left foot up off the mat, reaching up and grabbing hold of the left knee. We're going to bring that knee down toward the breastbone. So bring the knee in toward the center line and then hugging it down toward the breastbone. And then we're relaxing. We are trying to bring the knee closer to the breastbone, but we're trying to do it by relaxing all the muscles around the hip. In fact, we can relax every muscle in the body except the arm muscles, but even that pull is a gentle pull. So breath in, and with the exhalation, we'll put that left foot down. We're going to bring the right foot up, straighten out the left leg, bring that right knee up over the chest, and we're reaching up and grabbing hold, pulling the knee in over the belly button first, and then down toward the breastbone. And relaxing into this stretch. Breath in now. With the exhalation, we're putting that right foot down, and we're going to roll onto the belly. So you just roll right over where you are. I'm going to spin around so I'll be closer to the microphone, but you don't need to do that if you don't want to. And we're coming into Crocodile and simply relaxing. Big toes touching, heels rolling out to the side, hands forming a little pillow, cheek resting on the hands with the face turned to the side. So we're going to bring the hands and the elbows in a little bit closer. We're going to have the elbows on the mat. They're a little bit below the level of the shoulders, and the hands are going to be just about the level of the face. I've got the thumbs at about my nose level. I'm going to let the chin come down to the mat or the forehead, depending upon which is more comfortable for you, forehead or chin. And then just make sure that the shoulders are kind of relaxed. And we've got the hands on the mat, the elbows on the mat. We're going to keep them there. And we're going to do a variation of Cobra Posture. So we've got the feet together. We're taking the first breath in. We're bringing in strength and prana, the life force. We're lifting on the second inhalation now. So we're exhaling. Inhaling, we're arching the spine upward. We're leaving the arms and the hands right where they are. We're pressing down with the elbows and the hands, and lifting a little bit higher as we inhale. And as we exhale, we come all the way back down. Chin or forehead coming down. Inhaling, we're arching upward. Exhaling, pressing down as far as we can. Inhaling, lifting, and exhaling, coming back down. So when we're lifting, we're just using back muscles. Exhaling now, we press down with the elbows and the hands. We're lifting even higher. Lifting, inhaling, exhaling, coming back down. Inhaling, arching upward. Exhaling, pressing down with the elbows and the hands. Inhaling, lifting, exhaling, coming back down. We're going to do this 2 more times. Inhaling, arching upward, exhaling, pressing down, lifting. Inhaling, lifting even higher, and exhaling, coming all the way back down. Inhaling, lifting, just using back muscles, exhaling, pressing down with the arms and the hands, lifting, inhaling, lifting even higher, exhaling, coming back down. We're going to come back to Crocodile for a moment. This time we turn the face in the opposite direction. So we're going to do single leg lifts from the locust posture. So we're taking the hands out from under the face. We'll take those hands down, back by the thighs with the palms turned downward and press those palms into the mat. Chin or forehead resting on the mat. Lengthen the legs by lifting, reaching for the wall beneath you. Going to pull the shoulders away from the ears by walking the fingers down toward the knees. And then again, we lift on the second inhalation. So with the first inhalation, we're bringing strength, prana, the life force, and exhale. Inhaling now, we're lifting the right leg up. Inhaling, then we press that the pubis back down. So we're keeping the leg lifted as high as we can, pressing the pubis back down, staying here for 4 nice long slow breaths. Inhaling, lifting that leg a little higher. As you exhale, we'll come down, move around a little bit to relax, whatever needs to relax. And then we'll switch to the left side. Inhaling, rather lifting on the second inhalation. So we're inhaling the first time and exhaling. Inhaling now, lift that left leg up as high as you can, then press the pubis down, keeping the leg as high as possible. Inhaling, lifting a little bit higher. Exhaling, we're bringing that leg back down. We're coming back into Crocodile. We're going back to the original position and relaxing. bring the elbows underneath the shoulders. So bring the elbows directly underneath the shoulders. We're keeping the forearms parallel. We're coming into the Sphinx posture. So we've got the heels together. Toes are pointed, tops of the feet are down toward the mat. We're pressing down with the tops of the feet. We're pressing down with the fronts of the thighs and the pubis and the belly. We're pressing down with the elbows and the forearms, the wrists, the palms, the knuckles, and the fingers, and we're lifting the chest. So inhaling, lift that chest as high as you can. Bring the heels back together if you need to, and breathe. So take a breath in, lifting it a little bit higher, and as you exhale, we'll relax. We're going to bring the palms together. Well, let's just relax for a moment. Come down into Crocodile, turning the face in that second direction. And we're going to finish up with the Dolphin Plank, a variation of the Dolphin Plank. So we're bringing the elbows back under the shoulders. This time we're bringing the palms together and interlacing the fingers. Those of you who know the Dolphin Plank, go ahead and do the full Dolphin Plank, but most of us are going to do the simplified version where we're going to keep the knees on the mat and just let those feet relax back there. Deep breath in and exhale. With the next inhalation, we're lifting the hips up off the mat and we're looking down at the thumbs. Stay here for 4 nice long slow breaths. So take a breath in, and as you exhale, slowly come back down. Come all the way down into Crocodile for just a moment or two. And then we're going to roll over onto our backs. It's time for closing relaxation. So roll over here, find a comfortable position. So there is a process that we go through during the closing relaxation. So the first thing we have to do is find a comfortable position. And it takes the body several moments, maybe even a couple of minutes, to fully relax in this position and for the joints to loosen up and the muscles to relax. We've got the feet separated, several inches, 6 to 18 inches with the toes rolled outward. We have the palms turned upward and the backs of the hands resting on the mat or off onto the floor, symmetrically placed. We're checking to make sure that the center line of the body, from the top of the head down across the nose and the chin, down through the breastbone, down to the pubis, and out to the midpoint between the feet, making sure that that's a nice straight line. And then making whatever adjustments are necessary to be comfortable. Then we scan the body looking for places that are tense. There are places that are tense, and we're trying to find them and relax them. Check especially the forehead, around the eyes, the cheeks and the jaws, the neck and the shoulders. Scan down through the arms all the way to the fingers and check to make sure the hands are relaxed, the elbows. Scan down through the body to the hips, to the thighs and calves and shins, down to the ankles and the toes. Make sure everything is fully relaxed. That's step 2. Then we begin to focus our attention on the breath. And we are observing the breath. We are not trying to make it do anything in particular. It's just whatever nature gives us at this moment. And sometimes it's going to be fast, and sometimes it'll be slow, and sometimes it'll be deep, and sometimes shallow. Sometimes it'll be a yawn, maybe even a cough. We're just observing it. So there are many things we could observe. The rhythm of the movements, the flow of the air into and out of the nostrils. We can listen to the sound that the flow of air makes. We're concentrating on the breath primarily to practice concentration, but also to quiet the mind. We want the mind to slowly relax and ease out of that constant chatter that goes on. And the more successful we are at quieting the mind, the easier it is to come into a state of calmness and peacefulness, total relaxation, stillness. We're going to enjoy this for the next 1 minute. We've got 1 minute left to go. Now take a deeper breath in and exhale comfortably. Take another deep breath in, and as you exhale, allow a little motion to return to the fingers to toes, maybe moving the shoulders a little bit or the hips. Head might roll from side to side a little bit, but then come back to stillness for another couple of moments. Enjoy the calmness, the peacefulness. Take another deep breath in. And with this exhalation, we'll let the range of motion increase. We're moving the arms and the legs, and stretching, we're yawning, we're twisting a little bit from side to side, maybe hugging the knees and rolling from side to side, whatever feels good to you right this moment. And if you wish, you can roll onto your side. Wherever you are, find a comfortable position. Come back to stillness for a couple of moments. And whenever you're ready, slowly bring yourself back up to a comfortable seated position, keeping the eyes closed as much as you can, using your hands to find the center of your mat. Sitting quietly, breathing calmly. Hands resting on your knees or in your lap. We'll end the practice with a really deep breath in, and then exhaling completely, squeezing all the air out, squeezing the ribs in, pulling the navel up into the lower ribs, give that last little puff, and then a couple of normal breaths. Then a deep breath in, filling the lungs. We're holding the inhalation this time, inhaling, filling up, holding, and then slowly exhaling, coming down and squeezing all the air out again. Again, we're holding the exhalation, so pulling that belly in, last puff, hold. And return to normal breathing. So take a deep breath in for the yoga Om. Om, peace, peace, peace. Namaste, everyone. Have a wonderful afternoon. Namaste.